was pre-transition and I ended up peeing in an actual urinal without using a packer. Me and my friends decided to go out Saturday night to a lesbian bar. Now, I decided that I will not drink beer because literally beer makes me go to the toilet like every 15 minutes. As the night went on, I was really craving a pint of beer, so I went and got one. And guess what? 15 minutes later, I had to go to the toilet. So I went to the toilet. There was a long queue, but I was just waiting patiently for my turn. I ended up having another pint and another pint and another pint, and every time I was having a pint, I needed to go to the toilet, and the queue was getting longer and longer and longer. And I knew it's going to get to one point where I will really have to dig deep to hold it in because the queue will probably be just too long. The lesbian bar had a joint corridor with a gay bar that was above it. I knew there was going to be a toilet there. I was thinking if the queue will just get too long here, then for sure I will find a free cubicle there. And of course, later on, I needed to use that particular toilet because the queue was too long. I literally left mid-queue and made my way through the crowd out on the corridor because I felt like I was gonna pee myself. There was no queue. Me and my bladder felt relieved. But you should see the shock on my face when I realized that that toilet had no cubicles, only urinals. But I have no willy. That was the first thought that came into my head when I was looking around, seeing all those urinals and no cubicles. I just needed to pee so badly, and I was so tipsy due to all the pints I've had. And in my mind, I was just trying to assess the situation. There was one guy washing his hands very slowly. Now there were four urinals. Three of them were occupied, and I was thinking, what should I do? I thought that I have to do it because I didn't want to pee myself and then smell for a whole bus ride that was taking for almost 2 hours to get me home. I started walking very slowly towards the empty urinal, unbuttoning my jeans, undoing my belt. I was thinking for sure they are gonna notice that I am not in the correct position to pee at a urinal. I got as close as I could with my behind and I started peeing. I literally felt like everyone was looking at me. I felt the need to say something. I always find myself in these very awkward situations where I feel like I have to justify myself to strangers. I literally yelled, I'm a trans man pre-transition and I really need to pee, so just ignore me. My surprise, just one of them replied and said, you do your thing, bro. Now, if I would have been sober, I would have probably chose to pee myself rather than put myself in that awkward situation.